Welcome to Inspiration Inc. We have a very special guest with us today. We have CEO and founder of the Giving Back Foundation, Meera Gandhi, with us. Meera, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to India.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
You know, the reason you are on this show is because in Inspiration Inc., actually we speak to everybody who has an inspirational story, but more than that, who can inspire rest of the people, and that's the reason I have you on this show. So first of all, I want to know that what inspired you to follow this philosophy of giving back?
We are to the universe only as much as we give back to it.
Right.
I think that I have my parents to thank. I think 99% of who we are really comes from our parents and our childhood through their examples. But I was also very fortunate at a very young age. I had to go to Asha Dan in Baikala here in Bombay on an Interact Rotary visit. I loved playing with the kids. I went one Saturday and I went back every single Saturday for the last 2 years of school, and actually met Mother Teresa on many occasions because she was often there. We would finish feeding the children, we would burp them, and they would burp up their food, and Mother would pick up the kids and they would burp on her white sari. And unbeknownst to me, I think I was greatly influenced by Mother. She was always so joyful. And when you're doing things like that, you don't really think about yourself. You're sort of in sync with the universe. And it's a very joyful way of living. And I think all of us, we want to be happy. And in order to be happy, we have to be in sync with the universe. And how can we be in sync with the universe unless we are doing things in the universe, for the universe? And I think that's my source of inspiration. But other things inspire me. The rain inspires me. Sunsets inspire me. People smiling inspire me. Happy people inspire me. If you're in the present moment, almost everything is inspirational.
Yeah, but it's also about how you receive it. So, in fact, my follow-up question was, everybody has such inspirational incidents or they meet inspirational people, but it's typically what happens is it tapers off and people don't really follow it up with action. Everybody has a wish list that I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this charity, I'll do that, things like that. Not many people actually action it. So how did you manage to do that?
Well, first of all, I did start the Giving Back Foundation, which is a very organized way to give back, and especially to give back in areas you're interested in. When we came to America as married students and we started educating our kids, we realized very quickly our success was because we were a product of great education. I went to St. Anne's, always Convent of Jesus and Mary's in India, and then to the United World Colleges, and then to Boston University, and an exec ed at Harvard Business School. And I understood that education is very core to success. So our foundation is set up threefold, and that's what makes it an organized way to give back. First, we are set up to help people attain education. Second, we are a platform for dialogue and debate, which means millennials, any people have something positive to say. We sponsor auditoriums, we sponsor events, we sponsor opportunities, music festivals for them to give the message out. And the third is a more recent one. It is a mental wellness platform, and we've started doing retreats. We did the Meera Gandhi show, which on B4U TV, which was about ways to find joyfulness, happiness, how to de-stress, because we're beginning to see a lot of stress in people's lives. And out of that has come a book called 3 Tips, which I will be releasing shortly. We're also doing some of those 3 tips on Times Now, which I hope people will enjoy and sort of use to de-stress any moment in the day. And I think that doing it in an organized way, doing it from your heart, and really understanding it's altruistic. When you give to someone, you actually feel good. So it's a very altruistic process. And at the end of the day, we are doing everything for happiness. We have the job, the car, the corner office, children. We do everything because we want to find happiness. But a very intrinsic way to find happiness is to really do things for other people that makes them happy, because essentially we're all the same. We breathe the same air, we're in the same bubble. We're all united, we're not really divided.
You started your journey from India, you studied here, then
Yes.
you went to US. Today when I'm sure you keep coming to India, but
Yes.
What is the difference in the mindset? Have you noticed any difference in the mindset when it comes to elevating the poor or doing something for other people, or is it still the same rat race that you observe?
No, there's a difference in the mindset, especially America. Americans are extremely philanthropic. It is it comes from when the Pilgrims came from England. They were hardworking. They understood the importance of giving back, uplifting each other, and the tax system in the US makes it quite convenient to give back, because when you write checks to other charities that are registered 501c3, you get a huge tax deduction. So there's a lot of incentive to do that. In India, I think corporate social responsibility has stepped up to the plate. Corporations are getting involved. I think with individuals here, they would rather give to their temples and their priests and to religious organizations than charities. And I think the reason for that is some people don't trust. They're like, oh, I'm giving this money. Will it really go to that charity?
Yeah.
Will it reach? So I think that is why people in India are afraid to give money. But I think if they understand that you are a legit organization, we do have the Giving Back Foundation India, which is a Section 80G registered organization. People like Nimesh Kampani have given money. It goes directly to the St. Michael's School in Delhi, and they've had no problem giving us money. In fact, I'm very proud to say that the Giving Back Foundation in India is actually now supported out for the next 3 years by people in India who really trust us. Our books are transparent. We have down to how many eggs are consumed, how much dal is purchased, how much goes in gas, laundry. The books are kept meticulously. And we are only supporting this one school here. So the money comes in and one check goes to that school, unless it's for painting or whitewashing or something needs to be done in the garden, in which case it's notated. So I think that if you have a very transparent organization and your books are very clear, people will come forward and they want to work with you. People want to do good. Inherently, people are good. They want to live their better self.
Right. But when you started this journey, did you ever think that you will reach where you are? Because you have received a lot of recognition, you have received a lot of awards, and you have been on the jury and the committee of a lot of such initiatives globally also.
Yes.
But when you started it, did you ever think that you will land up where you are right now?
No, but see, I did not start it with the idea of receiving accolades.
Of course,
and even today, I mean, honestly, I always say it's. I feel very humble that I get these awards for doing what I love. Doing what I do makes me happy. I meet great people along the way. I feel energetically blessed. There's a beautiful tilt to life when you are just living this. It's a joyful journey. Giving is very joyful. It's a happy. You're not fighting. You're united. It's a loving journey. I never did it to attain any heights. I mean, at that time, I think even giving back and charity was not even thought of in the same way. I did it because, as I do everything in my life, I'm a bit of a maverick. I do it because I believe it's right, and I think I should do it. In fact, I have one motto: just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do it. So we have to be very careful. Just because we have means and ability, we don't just do. We have to do things thoughtfully. We have to do things that are really going to affect change. And I think it's a knock-on effect. Obviously, the movement is growing. More people want to join with us, and we welcome that. Why not? I mean, let's have more people join the journey of doing good than more people who want to have wars. I mean, it's always better.
I'm sure you must have come across many heartwarming, heart-touching stories because, especially when you're dealing with underprivileged section of the society, I mean, there are a lot of moments that you come across which are actually life-changing. Can you share any such moment or incident or anything that comes to your mind?
Lots. I think every year when St. Michael's is deciding which 7 or 8 girls to take into the program, people are at the gates and there are 400-500 parents saying take my daughter, her life will be changed. And I don't even go for that anymore because it's just gut-wrenching. But I think one of the stories that has changed my life, which was even before I started this whole thing of giving back, was when I was going to an interview and I was much younger, and I got to the hall a little early and the lights were off, and I was waiting for the interviewer to come, and the interviewer walked in and she flipped on the lights, and I was a little nervous too, and I just said, oh, can you tell me where is interview room number 104? And so she just smiled and she pointed. And of course, when I got to the interviewer's room, she was the interviewer. And obviously, in the moment when I asked her where the room was, it was clear that, I assumed that she could not have been the interviewer. So I didn't do very well in the interview. But it taught me a very important lesson in life, that everyone is important and everyone walks this journey of life. We are atomically very connected. And I think that has served me very well in this job, because sometimes you feel like you should feel sorry for people, but you know what? They don't really want you to feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
They're okay. They just want to be real with you. They want to talk to you. They want to walk your journey with you, and you walk your journey with them. I mean, often I've said to one person, I'm like, yeah, I know it must be hard. Sometimes, it's hard to be poor sometimes. And he looked at me and he said, do you really think I'm poor? He said, I don't look at myself as poor. And so, I've learned many things along the way. I've learned about how to help, how to step back, how to listen, and what kind of needs are out there. Every need is not about food, shelter, clothing.
Right.
Some people, they need things emotionally. Some people need you to feel confident in them. Some people need you to just praise them. Some people need to just know you got their back. There are many needs. That's why I think everyone can be part of this journey, because we can all together be helping each other everywhere, in any way. It doesn't have to be about money, really, because there are many big organizations that can do the big picture.
That's true. Now, my next question was actually about money, because there are so many founders whom I have interviewed on this show. And we often talk about, how they scale up business and how when they started, how they didn't even imagine where they'll reach and things like that. What has stayed with me is this new product line that you are launching, and since you are committing 50% of the profits to go back to the foundation.
Correct.
So, nobody put a gun on your head and asked you to do that. So how does this whole, because end of the day it's a business and you are going to deal with products, you will be launching them.
Yes.
And obviously there's that business viability factor which comes in, and I'm sure you must have thought about it. So if you can throw some light on that, how does that work?
Well, the idea of the products was to create a world-class product that I would love using, that you would love using, that everybody is going to love using, because it does not exist in the market today. I mean, there is no fragrance in the world that has 28% juice. It's a very, very high concentrate. My idea was, do it better than anyone else. It will do well, and 50% of the profits will go back to the foundation. How much do we need to live? If I have a little bit less, I'm okay. If people have a little bit more, they're okay. I mean, greed, they talk about 3 things that hold people back. One is greed, one is attachment, and one is non-discernment. I think the Hindi names for non-discernment is vairagya. Aparigraha is non-greed. And the word for non-attachment is not coming to me in Hindi. But when you have these three principles in your head, everything is enough. You don't need more. And I think that I've even thought of an exit strategy that down the line, if this line is bought by another company, this will very much be ingrained into it that that company will give 50% back to charities, whether it's mine or other charities, to make the world a better place. Others I won't.
Right.
I just keep doing it.
So, and you know, it's I know it's a tough one to answer, but I do ask this question as a part of my show. Anything that you regret? Any decision, any moment, any move, anything that now when you reflect and look back, you feel that I wish I could have done this differently?
No, not really. I mean, there's nothing I regret. I mean, the past is the past. The future is not real. The present is the only true reality. We all know that. And I live kind of in the moment. No, I don't regret anything. If I regret things, it is if I've done something in haste or said something to someone in haste, I regret that. But I don't regret any of my actions. I think that I've sort of been fortunate in that I'm pretty thoughtful about what I do, and I wouldn't say I have any regrets. I mean, I would have liked to have a fourth child, if that's my kids out there listening. But I mean, I love my 3 kids. It's been a joyful journey. I wouldn't say I have any regrets. And I had a really, I don't have a sob story. I had great parents. I had a great education. I was head girl of every school I went to. I had friends everywhere. Came to America with my then ex-husband, 2 bags, got a great education, did well beyond our wildest dreams. No, I don't.
Any unfulfilled dream that you have?
Any unfulfilled dreams? Well, right now, I mean, I'm working on 2 things. I am working on a building. I always wanted to go to architecture school, so now late in life, I am creating a very, very sexy, interesting glass building in Williamsburg, very close to the water, which is going to have a restaurant and a cafe and a world-class hair salon and spa and a roof garden. So I hope when people come to visit Williamsburg in 12 months, they'll come to the restaurant and they'll come visit my building. That's one project I'm very excited about. It'll have 10 beautiful glass lofts. And I think my kids are excited too that finally I'm becoming Brooklyn and Williamsburg savvy. And the second thing is really these products. I'm excited because it's a beautiful product and they're biodegradable, and I think it's uplifting as well as calming. And I feel when people use it after the end of a busy day or in the morning before heading into work, it's going to put everyone into the right space. We've done a lot of research on it. It's taken 10 years to bring it to market. It's a very, very special product. And I'm excited to give this gift of something really beautiful to people. I hope they're really going to enjoy it. At the same time, they're part of a bigger mission. You buy it, you're giving back. You're giving back to the universe.
Right.
And I will make sure every penny goes back.
Correct.
You have my word on that.
Right. Who's the most inspirational person you have met in your life?
I would have to say my parents. My mother and my father, they inspire me. They inspire me with their strength, their discipline, their integrity. I do admire Hillary Clinton. I think Bill Clinton, his way with people, it's so honest and it's so natural. I admire that. I adore Cherie Blair. I have traveled with Cherie Blair. I think Tony Blair is amazing too. I admire him for his wit. But what I admire about Cherie Blair is when I travel with her, she's very practical. If the cars don't arrive on time and we have to do the next place, she's like, okay, let's get a taxi. That happened in Hong Kong. Let's get a taxi. Let's get to the next place. She's very practical. She's like, come on then, let's do it. So I learn a lot from her. There's no pomp. She just does it. She's a sitting judge, so she's brilliant. My friends inspire me. I have a friend called Louis Harvey who inspires me. He inspires me in his simplistic, no nonsense, just get it done. Let's go to simple places and eat. Let's enjoy sitting in the trees, under the trees, eating. My young team inspires me. I think that they're just so tech savvy and they are so so interested in the planet. I'm seeing this with Gen Z, with millennials. They really are interested. They inspire me because they're eating better. They're eating green. They're eating kale. Now I'm a ferocious kale eater. People inspire me. You guys inspire me. Really, I'm just in a very receiving
State of
mind. Yes, which is why it's so easy to give back.
You know, Meera, this has been one of the most, I would say, inspiring and pleasant interviews that I've done on Inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best for your venture. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.